Shalom, shalom. Thank you for tuning in to 5MB, 5-Minute Breakdowns with Daniela Natazak. We want to give honor, first of all, to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, that is God the Father, in the name of Yahweh Shai, his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We want to give double honors to the elders, and we want to give honor to all the Akiyam who are putting in that work on the highways and byways. So we're going to get right into it. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. So first of all, I want you to, I want to pinpoint that he's talking about a world, and that they will basically not perish and have everlasting life, and that they will have salvation, right? So everybody, or a lot of Christians want to say that this is talking about the whole entire world, right? But I want to jump up to verse 14, 3:14. We got to put context to what it's leading into in verse 16 and 17. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. So when you go back to that story, Moses lifting up the serpent, when you go back to that story in the Torah, in the Old Testament, it's referring to Israel. It's talking about Israel, right? So how do we further prove that he's not talking about the whole entire world? We're going to go back. I'll go through certain scriptures, so we're going to jump a little bit. Hebrews chapter 1, starting from verse 1. God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets. Verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, with the S. So what worlds is he talking about? So he created worlds. So let's go into that. This is John 18, starting from verse 20. Well, let's start from 19. The high priest then asked Jesus, Yahushua, of his disciples and of his doctrine. Verse 20. Jesus answered, Yahushua answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews also resort, and in secret have I said nothing. Why askest thou me? Ask them which heard me what I have said unto them. Behold, they know what I said. They know what I said. Who knows? The Jews. So right here, he calls the Jews the world. Right? We're going to keep going to different verses. John 17, starting from verse 8. For I have given unto them thy words, which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee. And they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Verse 14, I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Let's jump up to 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. So there's two different worlds he's talking about. One that he's praying against, that he's asking the Father to cover the chosen ones from this particular world. And then we read in John 18 when he's talking about that he spoke openly to the world, speaking of the Jews, right? And then we see in John 3:14 that he's talking about Moses lifting up the serpent, which was for Israel, right? So we're going to put this all together with Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. John 3:16, everlasting life and everlasting salvation. That's for Israel. So don't get it twisted when he says God so loved the world, God so loved Israel. Shalom.